Hi, I'm Hdemia Beretta here, and in this video we're looking at the blocking of a run. First we're going to evaluate the biggest areas of improvement. This run needs to go into splining because the deadline is quite close, and then we're going to see the little details that maybe I would fix before going into full-on splining. So let's see what we can do to improve this run. In general, the run works. When we look at the up and downs of the core, one thing that is a bit strange to me at the beginning is that from the down to the kickoff, the core is moving up and a bit to the back, which is a bit strange. I would expect it to maybe go a bit more forward. In fact, it's kind of a high jump in there for a run which is so bent forward. So maybe you could go up a little bit less and go forward a little bit more. Maybe that could work. And then you come down a little bit again, which you maybe can stay up a bit longer in the up, and then you contact again. And this is when things get a bit strange to me, because you contact and then you move forward. That's the first time in the loop you move forward, and then you move backward again. So in 2 frames you're moving forward and backward, and the head is staying there, but then it comes back again and up very quickly, and then forward again. So this is a bit strange. It feels like the second half of the loop isn't really a mirrored version of the first half, which it doesn't need to be. But if you have such a great difference, as in you push forward quite a lot in half of the run, now that means that every half second you will have 2 different variations, and the feeling is that the head and the body are moving quite a lot forward sometimes. I think the head motion is still a bit erratic. The head goes down, down, and then up again, which makes sense because it's a kickoff, right? But the arc is rather this way. And then the next thing we know, there's no arc at all. So there is no overlap for the head. I would rather keep the head a bit lower here in the passing pose and then push up, and then in the up keep pushing up a little bit so that we had a little bit more separation. You see now the head goes up as the body maybe starts to go down. Because otherwise it feels a bit hard, as if there's a single one-to-one motion between body and chest. And then all of a sudden it seems like we are rotating the whole body down, which is not necessarily wrong, of course, but however the next key we are not rotating anymore. Now it's strange. It's strange to see that we have this rotation, and in the next key we have no rotation anymore. So I would maybe go on 103 and set a key on everything, then on 107 set a key on everything for the spine, and then delete the rotation in the middle so that you go down and you rotate a bit more progressively. So in my opinion, you should remove the translation back with the core during the kickoff. I think that I would like the kickoff to be a little bit lower and a little bit more forward, and a stronger kickoff would have the tip of the foot on the floor, and then the ball of the foot bent and the leg extended to the back. So that would really feel a lot more pushy as a pose. Right now it doesn't quite feel like you're pushing because there isn't a single pose in which you're pushing. Let's have a look at the arcs of and I don't really think you need to go that high with the forward leg. I think that if the forward leg was a little bit lower, you would still be able to do a pretty good run. You don't lift the feet as much when you run, so I think that foot seems to be a bit tall. And I would try to contact with a straighter leg if possible. So maybe you can lower the foot a little bit to straighten the leg there. Similarly, for the back pose, I don't think that you really need to go that high. I think that if you keep this a little bit lower, it's still going to be looking okay. And in fact, it's going to give you a better arc, because if you check, the arc is going up this way, and then down already. So the arc is pretty sharp in there. If you lower the arc in this pose, then you will get a little bit of a nicer arc as you move forward. Now, from the front view, there was also something a bit strange that I was noticing for the arms this time around. So if you look at the arms, they swing quite okay, but then we go from this pose on the contact to this pose where the elbow is rotating quite a lot and going inwards, and then it comes out again. So in just 2 frames, you're going inwards and out with the elbow. I would say as you go out, maybe keep the elbow a little bit more outside so that the silhouette will be a little bit more similar to what you have in here, and then to what you have in here. The up and down is definitely too much. If you see that when you move up and down, you move up and down almost by half a head in there. So maybe it's a bit too much. I would maybe reduce the up and down by, I don't know, even 20% and see how it works. And I think that's pretty much it. I think the rest is looking quite okay, but you're missing some overlap in the body. I think you would need to tweak the up and downs, a little bit of overlap in the head, just ever so slightly, just so that it doesn't move one-to-one with the spine, and then go into splining and see what you can pull off. I think if you kept the feet a lot lower, they would work a lot better. Because right now they feel very, very high. You wouldn't run with the feet that high. But anyway, it's great progress from the last time I seen this. So happy splining. Have fun.
Very good for blood circulation, heart problem, hormone problem.